Hello students, welcome all of you in class 11. We will discuss in detail about the syllabus and the examination pattern once the school will open after this corona crisis. Today we are starting the very first chapter. It is some basic concepts in chemistry. As the name suggests, some basic concepts, here you will revise those points, those topics which you have already prepared either in class 9th or class 10th. So without wasting time, I am starting with the few basic terms used in chemistry. It is atom, molecule, element, compound and mixture. I suggest, because you already have prepared in class 9th, so prepare all this term very effectively, and I just want to show only one example of each so that it will help you to prepare to revise this all terminology. It is the basic terminology for chemistry. Atom means when you write H, when you write helium, He, when you write oxygen, they all are atom. You know, atom are the smallest particle of matter which can exist independently and can participate in chemical reaction. Besides it, molecule. Molecule means it is combination of certain specific number of atoms. Now these atoms may be like atoms or may be different type of atoms. For example, O2 is a molecule as well as CO2 is also a molecule. You can see the difference between these two molecules. It consists like atoms, but it consists different type of elements like carbon and oxygen. Both of these two are molecules. This is a misconception in some students that this is a molecule and this is compound. Remember, there is no such question is applicable which says what is the difference between a molecule and a compound. Both are these two molecules. You can say this is molecule of element and this is molecule of compound. Element, this is the pure form of chemistry which consists a single type of atom. Example of element may be hydrogen, maybe helium, maybe sulfur, maybe ozone. Now you can see here all they consist a single type of atom. Whenever a species consists a single type of atom, it is considered as element. A compound must have at least two different type of atom. For example, CO2 is a compound, H2O is a compound, H2SO4, that is also known as sulfuric acid, is a compound. And mixture, you know, the mixture can be prepared by mixing of two different compounds or two different molecules, but the ratio is not fixed in mixture. There are certain differences between compound and mixture which you have prepared in your lower classes. So basic classification of chemical species in atoms, molecules, elements, compound and mixture. Now the first important part of this class is mole, GAM, which is gram atomic mass, and GMM, it is gram molecular mass. Once again I repeat that mole, you already studied a part of mole in class 9th. Somehow you have to revise that part, and some good better questions you have to face in class 11th. What do you mean by mole? Just recall yourself. One very important point with respect to mole. No need to get scared with this term mole. Though its number is very huge, it is 6.022 into 10 s power 23. Remember one very simple thing related to mole. It is as simple as dozen. If I ask you how many particles are there in one dozen, obviously the answer will be 12. If you have one dozen of apple, it is 12 apple. If you have one dozens of pen, it will be 12 pen. If you have one dozens of ball, it will be 12 ball. So one dozen is always equals to 12, with irrespective to whether the thing is a living thing, it is a non-living thing, it is a very huge thing, it is a very small thing. One dozen is always equals to 12. Now similarly in chemistry, one mole is always equals to Avogadro number, which is also equals to 6.022 into 10 s power 23. If you are given 1 mole of atom, then these are the number of atoms. If you are given 1 mole of protons, then the number of proton will be 6.022 10 s power 23. If 1 mole of molecules, then these are the number of molecules. If 1 mole of electrons, then these are the number of electrons. So mole is not restricted to atom or any other subatomic particle. It is as simple as dozen. 1 dozen equals to 12. 1 mole equals to 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. Now, the another term is gram atomic mass. What is meaning of gram atomic mass? Before we discuss gram atomic mass, this is also similar term gram molecular mass. The only difference is it is used for atom and this is used for molecule. There is no other difference between gram atomic mass and gram molecular mass. I repeat, the first gram atomic mass is related to an atom. Gram molecular mass is related to a molecule. How can you calculate? We will discuss again in detail in our live classroom later on. But here in short, how can you calculate gram atomic mass? This is symbol of fluorine. I hope you remember that whichever is given here in superscript is considered as atomic mass. What is atomic mass of fluorine? The answer should be 19U. When you need to calculate this gram atomic mass, simply write it is 19. The same number you have to write here, but its unit will be not U, its unit will be gram. I repeat, what is gram atomic mass of fluorine? The answer will be 19 gram. Similarly, one more example. If I write here sodium 23, what will be its gram atomic mass? The answer should be 23 gram. So I repeat, it's 19 gram atomic mass for fluorine, 23 gram, it is gram atomic mass of sodium. What is meaning of gram atomic mass? The answer will be, it is mass of 1 mole of substance. Now this substance may be an atom or it may be a molecule, but gram atomic mass is always equals to mass of 1 mole of substance. This means you can say 19 gram is gram atomic mass for fluorine, 19 gram is mass of 1 mole of fluorine, or 19 gram is mass of 6.022 10 raised power 23 particles of fluorine. Same you can say for sodium, 23 gram is gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass means it is mass of 1 mole of substance or mass of these number of substance. So 19 gram of fluorine, 23 gram of sodium, they both are equals to 1 mole. They both are equals to 6.022 10 raised power 23. Now similarly, another point is gram molecular mass. As I said, there is no difference between gram atomic and gram molecular mass. The only difference, one is used for atom, other is used for molecule. Now CO2, I hope you know CO2 is not an atom, it is a molecule. To calculate its gram molecular mass, the atomic mass of carbon is 12, so write here 12. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. There are 2 oxygen, so total mass will be 32. 12 for carbon, 16 for each oxygen, it becomes 44, and when you write 44 gram, this will be gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide. I repeat, atomic mass of first plus atomic mass of second plus atomic mass of third. If the third element is also present here, the sum will equals to gram molecular mass. One more example, you may ask to find out one question, half marks question. What is gram molecular mass of Na2CO3.10H2O? I hope you remember this is washing soda. You studied this compound in class 10th. Common name is washing soda. To find out its gram molecular mass, we know atomic mass of sodium is 23. There are 2 sodium. It means either you can write 23 into 2 or you can directly write it is 46. This is for 2 sodium. Once again, the next element is carbon. For carbon, you need to add 12. Third element is oxygen. There are 3 oxygen. The atomic mass of each oxygen is 16. So 16 into 3 it is 48 plus. Now here do not implement mathematics. This dot does not represent multiplication. Here when you need to calculate gram molecular mass, this dot says that one molecule of washing soda has 2 atoms of sodium, 1 atom of carbon, 3 atoms of oxygen and 10 molecules of water. So when you need to find out its gram molecular mass, you need to add all them, not multiply between this and this. So although it is written like dot, but it is not mathematics. Remember, it is addition between this and this. H2O, the molecular mass of H2O is 18. 1 for each hydrogen and 16 for oxygen, so it becomes 18. 18 tens are, it is 180, so it is 1804 10 molecules of water. Now when you add all this will be gram molecular mass of sodium carbonate, decahydrate, which is also known as washing soda. So if you add all this, it becomes 286, and 286 gram will be gram molecular mass of washing soda. I hope it is clear. One more point, the unit of GAM as well as GMM is not gram. The correct unit is gram per mole. So here also we should write it is gram per mole, and this is also gram per mole. Another calculation, this you did in class 9th also, and the same is repeated with some challenging questions in class 11. You need to find out number of atoms in given sample of chemical, or on the basis of number of atoms you need to find out the mass of substance. Whenever you need to either find out number or you need to find out mass, both calculations are required first to calculate mole. They are related with each other number of moles. As you remember, 1 mole equals to Avogadro number, which is 6.022 10 power 23. Here are some questions for you. The first question is 46 gram of sodium. You can see its gram atomic mass is 23. 46 gram of sodium, how many atoms are there? This is first question. This is revision of class 9th. 46 gram of sodium, how many atoms are there? As I said here, mass and number, they are related to each other through the mole. So to calculate such type of particles, how many atoms are there? First you need to find out number of moles. And the first formula to calculate number of moles, this is the basic formula for mole. Mole equal to given mass divided by either gram atomic mass or gram molecular mass, depending whether the substance is atom or a molecule. Here it is atom, so this formula is correct formula for this question. Mole equals to mass divided by gram atomic mass. Whenever you are doing the calculation, the mass must be taken in gram. Remember please. So now calculate moles. The given mass is in this question is 46. So here it is 46 divided by gram atomic mass. Gram atomic mass of sodium is 23, and therefore you can calculate number of moles. Number of moles equals to 2. But the question is how many atoms are there? You are not required to calculate moles, you are required to calculate number of atoms. To calculate number of atoms, you can use either unitary method. 1 mole equals to these number, it means 2 moles equals to just double numbers. So here you can use either direct method or you can use a formula also. The formula says mole equal to number of particles divided by Avogadro number. So the same unitary method I converted into a formula. Moles we already calculated, 2. Number we have to find out. Na is constant, which is known as Avogadro constant. So number of atoms will equals to mole, which is 2, into Avogadro number. It is equals to 2Na. If you leave the answer in this format, this is also right, or you can put the value of Na, which is Avogadro number, and once you put the value of Na, it will be 2 into 6.022 into 10 raised power 23. Another question, it is now 22 gram of carbon dioxide. There are 4 parts in this question. In 22 gram of carbon dioxide, you need to calculate carbon dioxide molecules as well as you need to calculate carbon atoms, oxygen atoms as well as total atoms. So there are 4 parts in this question. This may be a 2 marks questions in your exam. CO2 molecules, carbon atoms, oxygen atoms and CO2 and total atoms. Now this time 22 gram carbon dioxide. Once again you are given mass and once again you need to calculate number. So look at here, mass and number. They are related through moles. First of all you need to find out number of moles. Same formula, once again you need to use mole. Mole equal to mass divided by, now this time CO2. CO2 is not an atom, it is a molecule. So the correct expression should be gram molecular mass. To calculate number of moles, put the value of mass, which is 22 gram given here, divided by gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide. We already calculated here in one of the example, gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44. Put here 44, it will equal to 0.5. So number of moles equals to 0.5. Use the formula to calculate number. Now here a simple thing, because these are the moles of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide means a molecule. When you write 0.5 here, because it is for molecule, the number which you will get here, it is also for molecule, that is carbon dioxide. A very important point here. I repeat the same. Because we have calculated number of moles and these number of moles are of carbon dioxide, which is a molecule. Therefore, this is for molecule and resultant will also for molecule. So in the first part we can easily get here the number of CO2 molecules will equals to number of mole into Avogadro number, and therefore the answer is 0.5 into Na. This is answer of first part of this question. Wait for another part. So first part we get the answer, number of CO2 molecules, it is equals to 0.5 Na. Now another part is we need to calculate number of carbon atoms, we need to calculate hydrogen atoms, and we need to calculate, sorry, not hydrogen, number of oxygen atoms, and it is total number of atoms. Now to do this all part, we need to use a simple unitary method here. If I ask a question that if you have 100 cars, it is 100 cars, so how many tires you should have? The answer is very simple. It is 400, because we know each car has 4 tires. Besides it, if I ask a simple question, you have 100 bikes, now how many tires you should have? The answer will be 200. So why we can calculate this answer and why all of us have same answer? The reason is very simple. The ratio between car and tire is always 1:4. The ratio between a bike and tire is always 1:2. Now same applicable here. You know the molecular formula never get changed. Molecular formula always remains same. For example, carbon dioxide is always CO2. So the number of carbon atom, number of oxygen atoms always remains same. The same concept of car or bike we will use here to get number of carbon atom, number of oxygen atom as well as total atom. How can you get this answer? Look at here, it is CO2. I written here only one molecule of carbon dioxide. How many carbon atoms you can see here? Answer should be one, only one carbon. So number of molecules is one, number of carbon is always also one. How many oxygen atoms you can see here? Answer should be two. And how many total atoms are here? The total number of atoms you can see here 1 plus 2 equals to 3. Now this will be the ratio between CO2 molecules, carbon atom, oxygen atom and total atom. It is a simple unitary method. Once again look at here. Carbon dioxide has one carbon atom. If I write 10 times carbon dioxide, 10 molecules of carbon dioxide, then it consists 10 carbon atom. If I write 100 times carbon dioxide, it will has 100 carbon atom. The number of oxygen atoms is always twice than the number of CO2 molecules, and total atoms will be thrice 3 times as compared to CO2 molecule. So use this type of unitary method to get answer of atoms if you are given a molecule like CO2. So the first part we already calculated. Number of carbon dioxide molecule is 0.5 Na. 0.5 Na, this we get in our first part. What should be the number of carbon atom? The ratio is 1:1. It means the answer is 0.5 Na. The same number of carbon atoms we should have here. How many oxygen atoms we should have? The ratio is 1:2. Number of oxygen is 2 times than carbon dioxide. So make it 2 times. 2 times means it is 0.5 into Na into 2. This is number of oxygen atoms. Now total atoms, it is ratio 1:3. Whatever the number of carbon dioxide we have, suppose if we have X carbon dioxide, total atoms will be 3x. In the question, number of carbon dioxide is 0.5. This means the number of total atom will be 3 times 0.5 Na into 3. This is number of total atoms. You can also check like here, total atom means it is sum of carbon and oxygen. So if you add this two, you will get the third number. This is a verification that we did the correct calculation. Now similarly, you can do many more questions where you are given the amount of molecules, but you need to calculate number of atoms, even number of subatomic particles. Now I will share two more questions to wind up this class. In the first question, you are given NH4 plus. I hope you remember the name of this ion. NH4 plus, it is ammonium. You are given 54 gram of ammonium, and the question is, you need to calculate number of electrons, protons and neutrons in 54 gram of NH4 plus, which is ammonium. Remember here, you are not supposed to calculate electron, proton and neutron in one molecule. You need to calculate electron, proton and neutron in 54 gram of ammonium. Once again, you need to calculate number, your mass. So first step should be calculation for number of moles. To calculate number of moles, once again formula mole equal to given mass. It is 54 divided by gram molecular mass. You can easily find out gram molecular mass of NH4 plus. The symbol of nitrogen. I hope you prepared. I have sent a sheet to you. Gram atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, 1 for each hydrogen atom. Therefore, it total 18. Number of moles are 3. Because number of moles are 3, molecules, correctly it is number of ions equals to 3 into Na, as we did earlier. 1 mole equals to Na, so 3 moles equals to 3 Na. After it, if you need to calculate number of nitrogen atom or number of hydrogen atom, we did earlier, the ratio between molecule, nitrogen atom and hydrogen atom is 1:1:4. Similarly, just like this calculation, you can get number of hydrogen atom as well as number of nitrogen atom. But this time we need to calculate number of electrons, protons, and neutron. We will do same thing. First write NH4 plus. I have written here one molecule of NH4 plus. Then number of electrons, number of protons, and number of neutrons. When I written here one molecule of NH4 plus, how many electrons are present here? You need to find out number of electron in one ion of NH4 plus. This type of calculation you did in class 9. I am repeating here the same calculation once again here. The symbol for nitrogen is N714 and hydrogen is 1H1. Number of protons. Number of protons are this number. This is atomic number. NH4 plus has 1 nitrogen and 4 hydrogen. It means number of proton equals to 7 for nitrogen and 1 for each hydrogen. So it will equals to total 11. This is number of protons in 1 NH4 plus. Neutrons, I hope you remember in class 9th you have used the formula to calculate number of neutrons. Neutron is difference between atomic mass and atomic number. 14 minus 7, number of neutron is 7 in nitrogen, and 1 minus 1, 0. It means there is no neutron in hydrogen. So there is no neutron in any hydrogen. Number of neutrons is 7 in 1 NH4 plus. And third, to calculate electrons. Electrons and protons are equal if there is no charge on a molecule. But in case there is charge present, then we can use formula to calculate number of electron as it is number of protons minus charge. Number of protons we already calculated here 11 minus charge is plus 1. It means number of electron is 10. I repeat, this is number of proton in 1 ammonium. This is number of neutron in 1 ammonium. This is number of electrons in 1 ammonium. And as we did here earlier, ratio 1, 1, 2, 3. It is 1 for carbon, 2 for oxygen, and 3 for total atom. Same implement here now. 1 molecule of ammonium. How many electrons you can see here? Answer is number of electrons are 10. So 1 ammonium, number of electrons will be 10. Protons are 11 and neutrons are 7. This is the ratio between ammonium, electron, proton and neutron. Number of ammonium we already calculated here. Number of ammonium is 3Na. So when I write here 3Na, this is number of ammonium in this question. The number of electrons will be 1:10. It is 10 times. 10 times means the answer will be 30Na. Here 11 times, answer is 33Na, and here it is 7 times. So 7 3s are 21. It is 21Na. So in this way, by using unitary method, first calculate number of moles, then calculate number of molecules, use the ratio to calculate number of any subatomic particles or any atom. Now after this class, you are required to do question number 1 to 14. These are given along with the notes on first, second and third pages. You need to complete these questions. In the next video, it means on Wednesday, I will send the solutions of all these 14 questions. Before it, try to do these questions so that you can get some confidence on yourself that I can solve the questions. Now last question for today, weight. Now last question for today's class. This is a reverse question in which you are given 6.022 into 10 power 23 hydrogen atoms in a sample of methane gas. there are 6.022 times power 23 hydrogen atoms in a sample of methane gas. You need to calculate mass of methane gas. You need to find out mass of this sample of methane. So once again, it is related to mass and number, and therefore we need to use formula related to mole. Now you need to calculate mass of molecule. According to question, you need to calculate mass of molecule, but you are given the number of atoms. So this is a slight change in the question. If you use formula mole equal to given mass upon gram molecular mass, by the formula you can calculate mass. Further you can write mass equals to number of moles into gram molecular mass. Now gram molecular mass of methane CH4 will be 12 plus 1 for each hydrogen atom, it is 16. So if you find moles of CH4, then you can calculate its mass also. To calculate moles, you can use formula mole equal to number of particles divided by Avogadro number. Now if you put here these number of particles divided by Avogadro constant, you will definitely get number of moles. But these will be number of moles of hydrogen atoms and not of CH4 molecules. I repeat, if you divide this number by Avogadro number, it will be moles of hydrogen and not moles of CH4. So put the value here, it is 6.022 times power 23 divided by Avogadro number, which is same number 6.022 times power 23, it will equals to 1. But remember, this is not mole of CH4, this is mole of only hydrogen atom. Can you put this value here? Answer is no, because we need to calculate mass of CH4 and this is so far moles of hydrogen. Now you need to convert this number of mole of hydrogen into mole of CH4. And how can you convert this? Once again, use unitary method. A few minutes ago I asked you a question, if you have 100 cars, how many tires you have? The answer was 400. Now reverse question, if you have 100 tires, how many cars you should have? If you have 100 tires, how many cars you should have? Answer will be 25. Once again we used the same ratio unitary method. So how can we use unitary method here? Look at this once again. CH4 and hydrogen. The ratio is, whenever I write one molecule of CH4, the number of hydrogen atoms are 4. The ratio is 1:4. Hydrogen is 4 times more as compared to CH4. This time we are given number of moles of hydrogen. The number of moles of hydrogen according to question is 1. So the ratio is 1:4 or it is 4:1. If number of hydrogen is 1, then number of CH4 will be 4 times less. It means it is 1/4 moles. I repeat, we got here moles of hydrogen atom. Mole of hydrogen atom in this question is 1. The ratio is 1:4, or read reversibly, then it is 4 hydrogen, 1 CH4. CH4 is 4 times less. In this question, hydrogen is 1, so CH4 will be its 1/4. Now put this value here in the formula and you will get answer. Number of moles of CH4 is 1/4 into 16. Answer is 4 gram. Now for better clarification, in place of hydrogen atom, suppose you are given these number of total atoms, then we will write here 1:5 ratio, because now total atoms are 5. If you are given these are the number of carbon atoms, then we will write ratio 1:1, because there is only one carbon in one molecule of methane. So use earphone, listen this video carefully, go through the notes and do, once again I repeat, do questions number 1 to 14 which is given along with notes before Tuesday so that on Wednesday I can share solution with you. Thanks a lot and have a good day.